Welcome to Life with Ajane. I'm Ajane. We're went indoors today because outside's yucky. But in terms of where I've been over the last week since we last caught up, I have been just going through a lot. I got sick. My kids got sick. Um, the world has been ridiculous, and a lot's going on. So, all that's to say, did not get as much done as I wanted to. However, I still got stuff done because we don't stop. You got to keep going. But yeah, I'm going to a few other webinars for schools, doing some more vibe checks and trying to see if like what I can understand about the school actually aligns with me and the things that I see for myself and wanting to be in a law school, making sure that things measure up, also getting clarification on what they want in the applications. So those have been really insightful. I also am now in a place in which, right, I'm done with my personal statement, but I am now going to be focusing on all the additional and optional essays that I'm going to be submitting with my applications. So, to make sure that this is done reasonably, I have made a priority list. That way, on the 1st, when October 1st gets here, I can just go ahead and submit applications for places that are ready. And there might be some that I need a little bit more time on for those essays. Because technically, there's 20 schools on my list with the T14 plus like the 3 outside or the 2 outside of T14. 2 or 3 outside T14. Child, the reason I don't know that specifically right now is because the schools that I chose outside of the T14 are still like very reputable and close to my heart. So like to me, they're my T14, right? But anyway, it's 2 or 3 of those. All to say, collectively, I have a total of 20 schools that I'm technically supposed to be applying to. Now, as I'm going through some of these programs and things like that, I may cut a few schools because I'm realizing that not everybody's actually a good fit. That happens. And so if a school's not a good fit, it doesn't make sense to apply. Spend the money and the time and the energy applying to a school that doesn't seem like it fits when so many other schools do fit. So yeah, anyway, all of that ends up being the case where I have my priority list. There are, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 schools on the priority list to like get done and get done immediately because there's alignment with what I already have prepared and what they asked for, and it shouldn't be too hard to like craft things around what they're asking. I also, after those 8, the other 12, the schools I just probably need a little bit more time on, a little extra with the work that's aligned with the essays. Yeah. All I know is that whatever I do, I'm putting my best foot forward. Period. So I want to make sure that I turn in the best version of my essay to each and every school that I submit an application to. And my process is going to help me do that. So again, the goal is still to submit everything by October 1st. Now, looking at what I have, which is a week. Let me see. I think it's exactly a week. Let me see. Yeah, exactly a week from now. I think that is achievable. But if I have to give myself grace and give myself to the end of the week or maybe the following week, I think that's still okay. That's why you have an early deadline so that if things happen, especially like with kids, you will still hit a good deadline generally. So yeah, that's part of why my expectations are so high for myself. You gotta allow for time for life. And I say so high for myself because again, what I've understood to be the case that law schools consider to be early in terms of the admissions process is if you're anywhere before December. That's early. I've heard that time and time again from podcasts and things like that. So yeah, that's why I was like, start in September. And then when, some things happened, shifted around and letters of recommendations had to have more time, I was like, okay, give it to October. And I'm not going past October. I can tell you that guaranteed, especially with the progress that I have so far. But if I have to go like into the second week of October, I think that's fine. But I'm booking it because I really want to get these done. And then I allow myself to have some peace of mind and focus on the other many things that I have going on right now in life. Got some things with my business, and I really want to rehash the tutoring program that we have for the LSAT tutoring that I'm doing. It's been going really well. I'm really excited about that. So I want to make sure that, vamp some stuff up now that we have a few months of experience with doing things in this particular way. But I'm not doing that until I finish these applications. I'm not doing anything else for anybody else other than my children and my partner until I get these applications in. So yeah, last thing to touch on is just the fact that I've been meeting, in addition to those webinars, I've met with a couple people from law schools that I'm interested in and learned a lot there too. So people that have been willing to meet and give me more insight on things like particular programs or student experiences or work experiences. I'm every day just further putting in context the vision that I have for my legal career, right? So I know that I want to work in health law. I want to help form and influence health policy for the better. I want to help build more health equity in our country as a whole, and I want to start with maternal health equity. So to do those things, I want to make sure that I'm in a place that promotes looking at health policy, health law, health equity, maternal health equity, women's health. And I want to talk to career professionals who do the work of not only doing things like research and teaching, which are very important to me, but also acting on the ground, because I have to. That has to be in my career. So I'm learning from people who are doing those things in certain ways in their lives. And it's really interesting to just see how many different kinds of ways that you can practice praxis, which is the combination of theory and practice, putting theory into practice. So I'm just learning a lot, and it feels really cool. And I'm having really a lot of fun on these essays. I'm thinking about actually what I'm going to do is, as I'm working on some of these essays, I'm going to record some of my like reactions to the prompts and record my experience of what it's like working on these essays, because some of these are like quite fun to like think about and to work on. And I feel like that needs to be shouted out. Like there should be a kudos for some of the hard work that these admissions offices have put together and putting together these prompts. Some like the hard work and the intentionality definitely shows. And I just want to do a little shout out for that because it was really fun. But I think I'm gonna release that after I start getting in places, or probably just after I make my decision on where I'm going. That way, nothing gets weird. Or if I go to a school that I'm like, maybe I didn't enjoy this application process so much, the school isn't like, well, she doesn't want to go here. Like, because that might not be the case. Maybe I didn't enjoy that as much in terms of having fun, but maybe I still want to go to school. So anyway, right? I don't want anything weird happening with my journey. So being careful with information here. But after I get in and make a decision, I will release that. But in the meantime, I'm just going to be recording my process. And that'll be fun to like look back on too and be like, oh, this is my journey, right? So yeah, I look forward to just working on that later. Hey, I'm also curious. So if you're watching this and you're also on the journey of applying, leave a comment like, where are you in your journey? I kind of want to have some more context for like where other people are at. And if there's anything you're struggling with on your journey or you got a question about, drop it in the chat. Like drop it in the comments, because maybe we could touch up with each other or check in, or maybe there's something I can like help with. I don't know. Or maybe there's something you can help me with, child. I don't know. But like I keep telling y'all, I'm all about community. So leave some comments. Let's get into it. Let's help each other out, because this process can be isolating and you don't deserve to be isolated, nor do I. Okay. Anywho, that's all. I will see y'all in the next video.